Welcome back. Last time we learned about variables and data types in TypeScript, some of the building blocks of any programming language. Today, we're going to put those to use by performing operations on our data, like adding numbers, combining text, and working with true or false values. So let's jump right in. All right, first up, we're talking about arithmetic operations. TypeScript allows us to perform basic math on numbers like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So let's start with addition. So say we have two numbers and we want to add them together. We have number A, we have number B. We can use the plus to sum them. So the sum of A and B, A plus B equals 15. So that is how we do addition. Now we also have subtraction. So the difference of B minus A is 5. And that's how we do subtraction. Just your normal math operations. Here we have the product. So the product is A times B. And the product of that is, of course, 50. You use the star for that. And we have division. So the quotient of B divided by A is 2 because 5 fits 2 times 8 to 10. And that's how we do basic arithmetic. These basic operations will come in handy whenever we need to perform calculations. Now, let's look at a new type of operation, concatenating strings. It's a bit different from the math that you had in school. So let's go into this file, and here I prepared some examples of concatenating strings. So the most simple version is an example here. We're going to create a full name by combining first and last names with a space between. You can even mix strings and other data types together in concatenation. But first of all, let's keep it simple. So what we're going to do is we have a first name of type string, we have a last name of type string, and we're making a new variable which will hold both of them, so both of those variables, and add a space between. So we have first name plus, see here the arithmetic sign we use, like for addition, it does the same thing. Well, it doesn't count them, but what it does here is it will print Alice Smith. So we'll take this one, and what you say here when you have multiple strings, because this is a string, you can also just, you should see this as like this, like Alice plus a space between plus Smith, because remember, a variable is a box that has a value inside of it. So we have first name here plus an empty space, so a string literal. We have a variable plus a string literal plus another variable, which will make Alice Smith. Now, as I said, you can also mix other data types in here. So here we have age, that is a number. So for this introduction, we're going to use hello, my name is. Then we add in the full name that we defined here. And we add another string with a space, and I am, plus age, the age that we defined here. And then years old. And that will console log the whole thing. I'm going to run the whole program in a bit. So just a little bit of patience. And then we also have template literals. Template literals are really nice because like here you have all of this extra syntax, and you have the plus signs and everything. Sometimes it's a bit easier to just use like these backticks here. Then you just type your whole thing, and you can use a variable in there with this syntax, the dollar sign, and then you have the open brackets. I also call them mustaches. So the dollar sign, the open brackets and the closed brackets, and in between that you put your variable what you want to put in there. Now let's compile that. So string concatenation, for me as a Dutch person, that's a very hard word, but I did do it correct. All right, and then we're going to do string concatenation.js, and as you can see, it perfectly prints all of that. It says Alice Smith. It says, hello, my name is Alice Smith and I am 25 years old with this one. And then it prints the template literal. It all does the same job. Everything does the same job. It's just this, in my opinion, is nicer syntax. But do whatever you prefer, of course. Now, next up is booleans. Now, I probably already defined working day somewhere. I think maybe in the exercises, maybe in the answers. So don't worry about that one. But let's talk about booleans. So the logical operations that we use them with booleans. We often use these operations to check conditions, like if something is true or false, and then do it or don't do it or do something else. And there are three main logical operators, that is the AND, and the AND is this one. The AND operator is this one. This is the AND. We have the OR operator, which is this one, and we have the NOT operator, which is this one. And I'll just comment all of that. So this is the NOT operator, the OR operator, and the AND operator. Well, it works with Boolean logic, of course, but let's just look at an example right here. We have is student is true and has library card, which is true. So can access library is a Boolean, and if is student is true and has a library card is true, you can access library, because both need to be true. So for the AND operator, both of these, or you can like put extra, you can add like tons and tons of extra conditions. If all of those are true, then the whole statement is true and this variable will hold true. Now let's move on to the next one with OR. OR is a bit different. We have is weekend and is holiday, and we have a variable called can relax. So if weekend or holiday is true, so if weekend is true or holiday is true, then can relax is true. If they're both false, then the variable can relax will be false. If both of them are true, it will be true. If one of them is true, it will be true. Just one of them has to be true for this statement to be true. It's the OR operator. We also have the NOT operator. The NOT operator flips a Boolean's value. If it's true, NOT makes it false, and vice versa. So here we have is working day. Apparently I didn't define it, I think. Yeah, so let is working day Boolean equals true. So now this makes it false. Now we're going to check all of this in the console, of course, because why would you believe me on my word? We're going to compile it, and then we're going to run with node. And as you can see, it outputs true here, and false here because we flipped it. So that's Booleans. Very simple, not too much to it. And that is basically it for simple operators. Now, I have some exercise here. We have arithmetic, concatenation, and logical operations. So here are the exercises that you can do. Pause the video here, as you did in the last video. Pause it, make it, and then we'll go through the answers together. All right, I'll give you a second. Then let's go to the answers. So the answers for number one is declare two number variables, num1 and num2, and set them to any values you like. Calculate and print their sum, difference, and product. So for one, it's just using all of those operators that we showed in arithmetic.ts. So here, what it does, we have one with the plus operator, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. You can also do a division, whatever you want. Go crazy with it, but these are the main three ones. So we can also do like the other one. Now, the second one is create a string variable called greeting that uses your name and age with template literals like hello, I am name and I am 8 years old. So we have a string Alice, or well, a variable my name, which holds the string Alice, and we have a variable my age, which holds this the number 25. And here we have used a template, like I showed you here. This is a template literal. We use it here as well, where we put in the my name and my age variables into the string, and it will print the whole string with those two variables inside of it. And then we have the last one. The last one is create two Boolean variables, is raining and has umbrella. Use a logical operator to print whether you can go outside without getting wet. Is raining Boolean true, has umbrella Boolean false. We're using the AND. Remember the AND operator, and is both need to be true. Both of them need to be true. If this was the OR operator, there's one that needs to be true. And if the NOT operator is used on any of these, so the operator just like this or like this, then it flips the value that it holds. So true becomes false, false becomes true. Now let's run these answers. Let me save it first. Answers.ts. And as you can see, it all works. So that is it for this video. And today we learned about performing arithmetic operations on numbers, to concatenate strings, and to work with logical operations on booleans. These operations allow us to manipulate data effectively and create more dynamic programs. And in our next episode, we'll explore control flow, things like if statements and loops, which let us make decisions and repeat actions in our code instead of writing them out way too many times. So I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell button, and have a great day and happy programming.